All right, we're getting in breaking inputs coming in from Tamil Nadu this time. In fact, we are learning that villagers are in shock from the Vellore district. This after receiving notice declaring their land as Waqf property. Villagers in Vellore have received a notice on 11th of February that their land belongs to the Waqf property. The notice claims that the land belongs to a dargah and that they have been now asked to vacate or pay tax to this dargah, and clearly these villagers have now been left in a state of shock. Let's quickly go across to Purnima, who's been tracking that story for us. Purnima, what's shocking is that these villagers have been living on this land for 4 generations. They have government issued documents to support their ownership. What has the Waqf got to say about this, and has there been any intervention from the district collector?
Well, the notice reportedly was given to the villagers in Vellore district. Over 150 families reside there in Vellore district in this particular village. They received the notice on the 11th of February that either they should vacate the land or they should pay tax for the dargah. Reportedly, that belongs to the Waqf board. That's something that the notice had reportedly said. And on the 11th of April, a fringe Hindu outfit, Hindu Munini group, had in fact, along with the villagers, tried marching towards the collector's office, and they submitted a petition. They filed a complaint in this regard. So far, the collectorate has said that he will look into this, and the district officials said they will first look into it, but no further updates on that development. However, chorus only growing louder as far as these Hindu fringe groups are concerned, that this is yet another instance where people who've been staying there for 4 generations have suddenly been asked to leave because this land reportedly belongs to the Waqf board. This is something that we've seen in certain parts of Tamil Nadu as well, but now protests in a village in Vellore district.
Absolutely, and as you rightly said, that the chorus is now only growing louder, because important to also refer to what happened in Tiruchirappalli, because this is where the Waqf also began to claim a 1500-year-old Chola era temple.
Absolutely. The temple and also that entire land, the entire village, they claimed belongs to Waqf. But after we saw protests growing louder, there was action taken. And this came to light when one of the villagers went to sell his property, when he realized that it does not belong to him anymore. That's when people in that particular village had gathered. They came to know that an ancient temple which belonged to the villagers for generations suddenly was now under the Waqf property. And after chorus grew louder, action was taken, and the Waqf had to return those land, and it came back to the villagers after massive protests were witnessed in that particular village.
All right, stay with me, Purnima. Let me quickly go across to Narayanan Tirupati of the Bharatiya Janata Party, who's joining me on the phone line. Mr. Tirupati, first Tiruchirappalli, and now we are looking at Vellore. What do you make of these kind of arbitrary notices that are now arriving to families that have been living on land for 4 generations?
Yeah, that is what we have been fighting. See, even in Ranipet near Vellore, we had the same problem, and we from BJP had to go there and protest. And then even now the problems are not solved. The rural people, the poor farmers are being affected. And if Waqf board has got some one survey number in a particular village, even if they have 10 square feet of land, the entire area is being forced as a Waqf board's property. This is why we have been saying, because of the unnecessary powers or illegal powers which have been extended in the previous government. This is the problem. And the politicians, particularly the DMK, is not speaking because they want minority votes. Just for votes, they are keeping quiet. The poor farmers are being made to stress. This is the problem. So we strongly condemn this. The collector...
You condemn this, but what are you going to do about it? Because the basis of these notices, hear me out. The basis of these notices is a 1954 government survey that the Waqf is now alluding to, saying that they own land in over 18 villages, that too close to 390 acres. So you can expect many more such notices going across to very many families who have been living on for generations. What is the BJP going to do about it?
That is what I told you. This is not new. Even last 2 years we have been fighting, and some lands have been retrieved. and poor people are being are the sufferers. The government is just a mere spectator. Even the local authorities, particularly the collectors, are not cooperating. We have protested. We will protest for this also.
No,
That
it's
is why
not
the
new,
work
Mr.
amendment bill has
Tirupati, but
come.
look at the timing of this. The parliament has passed
You
the
have not
bill.
understood
It's
what I
now
said.
an act. What do you do
No, you
about
are
it?
not. You are trying to debate with me. It is not a debate. Just hear out my what I say. Okay. That is why the new Work Amendment Act has come into force. The Tamil Nadu government immediately has to follow this act and see to it that the poor farmers are not affected. If the Tamil Nadu government is not ready to, implement this Work Act, then the sufferers will be the poor people, the very poor people, farmers who are being threatened by the work board and also by the local authorities. They
No,
have asked the
I agree, but it is your party which is at the center, and what is it going to do about it? Because
No,
clearly the
that is
act is not
not.
being
See, you have to
implemented.
understand this. The central government, the parliament has come out with the bill. The president has given an assent. It is for the state to immediately implement it. But the state is not implementing. It is going to the court. It has gone to the court. So definitely, in the court also, we will say that this is the right thing, and we will expose. As a political party, we will protest
All right.
for the benefit of the farmers, and also in the law of court, we will prove that act is being implemented in Tamil
Many
Nadu.
thanks to you, Mr. Tirupati, for sharing your insights with us. We go back to Poonima, who continues to stay with us. So, Poonima, that is the reaction coming in from the BJP. Mr. Dhanidharan from the DMK is now joining in. Mr. Dhanidharan, the reaction coming in from Narayan Tirupati of the BJP is that it is your party which is defying this, and that even they are now ready to march to the court of law.
No, listen. In Tamil Nadu, whichever party has been power, in particular my party, we have kept religion away from politics. Tamil Nadu has never seen communal violence, unlike in many other parts where BJP has been in power. So the justice will be done on which side there is merit. I do not want this issue to be blown up. We have never done politics using religion here, and let it be like that. And I also know the channels would always like to amplify issues like this that's happening in Tamil Nadu and remain silent on bigger issues in
No,
states
we are not
like Uttar Pradesh.
amplifying the issue, Mr. Dhanidharan. You
No,
have
I'll
to
tell you,
understand that these are villagers who've been staying there for 4 generations. So the amplifications happening on the part of those villagers who own that land, who have government-supported documents to support their claim.
That's what I'm saying. In fact, I'll complete what I was trying to say. Recently, few weeks back, a Supreme Court justice said the rule of law has collapsed in Uttar Pradesh. It didn't make an issue, it didn't become an issue. But here, that's what I'm saying. The government would do justice and no party would be affected. That is all I'm trying to say. You just wait and watch. There won't be any, it won't be made into a communal
No, but
issue.
there was first it was Tiruchirappalli, now you have Vellore, and the Waqf has been claiming that there are 18 villages according to the 1954 government survey. So how many more villagers are going to receive such notices, and are you going to finally put an end to this?
See, has it any of these issues, has it gone out of proportion? Has it gone into any sort of violence? No, they've all been amicably settled. Whenever, when these issues come up, you try to blow it up, but has it ever resulted in any kind of clash? No, it always has been historically amicably settled. So the government will take its correct action.
All right, Mr. Dhanidharan, thank you.
That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your views with us. And with that, let me quickly go back to Poonima. Poonima, you heard what Mr. Dhanidharan has said, that, historically all these matters in Tamil Nadu have been settled amicably. Perhaps he was also referring to the entire land case in Tiruchirappalli. But is that true? Yes, we know that there was an NOC required from the Waqf. Should we expect another such trajectory where another NOC would perhaps be required from the Waqf board to preserve the land that belongs to these villagers in Vellore?
Well, the district officials will take a call on the complaint raised by Hindu Munani group. This happened on the 11th of April. But when there's pressure, when there are protests escalating, then the district officials will then eventually look into it. But in Trichy also, after massive protests, they decided that the land will be given back